Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Sudowoodo here, and in this video we're going to be continuing our Pokemon FireRed Randomizer Nuzlocke. So last time we ended up getting close to death, I would say, would be the best way to describe it. I ended up getting all the way to the Pokemon Center on Route 4 here though, because I figured why not. I was basically already done with that route anyway. Just a review of our team. Last time we ended up catching a Slacking, which we have nicknamed Loafer, who's got a lonely nature. He's a lonely guy, apparently. I did level him up a little bit to level 12. Lapras is obviously with us, and Cotton Swab as well. And we're going to be getting some new Pokemon today. First, we're going to go check inside the Pokemon Center, because there is a guy who normally would sell us a Magikarp, but now he's going to try to... Yeah, so if we buy the Magikarp, we get a Ponyta out of it. Oh, wow, now that's cool. Now that I wasn't thinking. So I need to nickname this Ponyta, and it's a shame it's a male. I would have named it Epona, but actually, you know what? I have an even better idea. We can name it Epono, because yeah, that's why. So we got a level 5 Ponyta with a jolly nature. That's actually going to come in handy, as that's a good nature for attack moves, which is what it's really good at, apparently. So that's awesome. That's honestly a really good Pokemon to have. I'm very surprised we were able to get that out of that. So that's a win in my book. Next, anyways, though, we're going to be going into Malmoon, where we will be encountering another Pokemon that we're going to add to our team. Or not if we kill it. We'll see what happens. So just saving the game out of habit. I don't know why I'm doing that. There's no reason for me to be doing that right now. But anyways, we are going to continue into Malmoon and see what we can get. All right, here's our encounter. A Ralts. Well, that is cool. Now let me put this thing to sleep right away, because I know better. All right, now we're gonna use Peck. I'm also afraid it might have Teleport, so we got to catch this thing fast. And that's a catch. Awesome. Just like that, 2 Pokemon really easily. Now, what to nickname this Ralts? That is a good question. I do nickname Ralts in these games. I always name it Leia. Like Princess Leia, Star Wars, because I'm a Star Wars fan. Surprise. Let's see what her nature is, though. She's sassy. That is Princess Leia in a nutshell. Very good, though. Has Synchronize. Only has Axe. Oh, no, she's got Confusion, which is good. That'll come in handy for sure. Anyways, though, let me rush to the Pokemon Center, make sure that we heal her up. I want to utilize everybody on this team, but at the same time, I'm also kind of what's the word? I don't want to focus too much on several different Pokemon, but maybe that can end up being a good thing. Well, I guess we'll see. So let's, you know what I think we should do? I think we should definitely put Leia in the front. I think that she's going to become a very useful Pokemon. I mean, all these Pokemon on our team currently are going to be, but I also don't want to overuse a bunch of them, because if for some reason we need more down the line, then maybe it would benefit us if we kept them to the side a little bit, but I guess we'll see what happens here. So let's get this Pokeball here. Contains Bind. Don't use TMs anyway in Nuzlockes, but that's okay. Now we're going to run into an Exatu. And what I'll do is I'll just, I guess, level it up doing this. Not that I want to do this, but... Okay, I should take it out one hit. Wonderful. So, another encounter. There's a Jinx. Now that would have been an interesting find, but I'm happy we got a Ralts. I think Ralts has a lot more potential. What level is that anyway? Could I, what? No, I was gonna say, Pono doesn't have many moves. I was gonna say, maybe we can throw it out and use like a Flame Wheel or an Ember or something. I just realized that wouldn't work because of the fact that it doesn't have any of those moves. So, this might become interesting though. What I might do actually, just to kind of level up everything. I'm going to cut it for now. I'm going to level everything up a little bit so it's not kind of behind, if you know what I mean. So do stay tuned. I'm going to take out this Jinx real quick, and then I'll see you guys shortly with everybody leveled up. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. And as you guys can see, I ended up leveling some of our Pokemon, all of our Pokemon, up a decent bit. It took a little while for me to do. Thankfully, I did have a fast forward button, which ended up breaking, but that's a story for another time of how I had to fix it. Very bizarre, but in any case, though, we did level up our Pokemon, and Leia is actually going to be able to evolve in another level, so I'm actually going to put her up front because she's going to prove to be a massive powerhouse for this. So, but we are going to be facing these trainers in Malmoon and make our way to Cerulean City, which is what this episode's primarily going to be focused on. But this last over here is going to send out a Primeape, but that is no match for our Leia, who has Confusion, which is going to be really strong against this Primeape here. Or so I thought. I thought I would have done more, but oh well. Very exciting, though. I'm very happy with the team that we currently have. Again, we were able to level up everybody. No casualties, thankfully. Made sure to properly level them accordingly and, you know, take any precautions necessary. So, I'm very thankful for that. Ooh. Uh-oh. Let me run away. Okay, good. Got a little scary for a second. Another encounter. That's always fun. Another Ralts. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lead Send in my lap now, just in case. I'd like to have her in front. Everybody's leveled up a decent bit anyway, so what's it matter, you know? And Ninjask, interesting. If only I had repels. That would make this a whole lot easier. A Pupitar, that would have been cool to catch. But instead it'll be great to kill. Alright, so let's see what we got in here. There is going to be a Rocket Grunt, who we were able to pass there. We ended up getting a Mental Herb. That'll come in handy, surely. And we encounter a Diglett. Of course, Arena Trap. I forgot about Arena Trap. Anyways, though, as far as encounters, we might not be getting any more for today. Let's just face this Rocket Grunt real quick. Say by the time we get out of this cave, we will be at the next route, possibly. We might be able to get one more depending on how quick we can get through this, but... Ooh, this Rocket Grunt's got a Ludicolo. One of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon right there. Mostly because of Pokemon XD and Coliseum. With my Mirabee's Ludicolos. Really funny. If you guys haven't played those games, I do plan on doing a walkthrough of those at some point. Although I would like to do a randomizer for them at some point. Instead of doing like a regular playthrough. You can find your regular playthroughs anywhere online, but I feel like the randomizers would be awesome to do for it. So definitely something I plan on doing. Some of my favorite games too, XD and Coliseum. Very underrated. Although it's unfortunate because a lot of people didn't have access to playing the GameCube. It was mostly that people had the N64 or the Wii. But a lot of people unfortunately had to skip the GameCube because it wasn't as popular. But I grew up with the GameCube, so I'm very thankful that I still have it to this day. So in fact I have two. So, this Cacturne here, we're going to face with Cotton Swab. I think that is good. I didn't realize how much I leveled up our Pokemon, but that'll come in handy, and I don't think that quite breaks the game either, because you never know what we're going to run into. We could honestly run into a Legendary at any given point. Anybody who's seen my previous Nuzlocke, Randomizer Nuzlocks, knows this. you can run into a Mewtwo on the first route, and then it can kill you with confusion in one hit. I'm trying to remember when Cotton Swab will evolve. I think it's level 20 something from what I remember. Could be wrong, but Super Nerd Joven has been defeated. So would it be Joven, or would that be like a Hoven? Like the H is pronounced as an J is pronounced as an H. I don't know. I'm not an expert on. Was that 2 yellow shards in a row? Yes, it was. Interesting. What are the odds of that happening? The same item, like right next to each other? Alright, so Bobby's got a Squirtle to start. Lapras can take it out. So, I'm sorry, Sit on My Lap can take it out with one Body Slam. I was confident in that. Alright, let's see what's next. Chimecho. Very cool, rare Pokemon in these games. For Gen 3, the only place to get it is at Mount Pyre and Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and you have to find it in like very specific tiles of the very specific spots of grass in the game while at Mount Pyre. I have to look back into that, but I remember catching it once, and that was it. Very rare, cool Pokemon though. Oh, there's an item there. I'm afraid we're gonna get a. Okay. I really wish I had repels. We'll end up getting some later on. Run into a Venusaur though. Sit on My Laps are already level 21. Don't really like that. Got Ether. Let's I don't want to throw away in the front though, because I feel like she's a little frail right now. This guy's gonna talk to us about Brock. I remember. So run into another Ralts. We're gonna run away from that bad boy. I'm gonna pass that trainer. I don't feel the need to battle her. I think we're leveled up just enough. Whoa! Holy cow! Look at you, Dragonite. Now, that would have been a catch. But honestly, we might not have been able to even catch it because it's a Dragonite. Another Diglett. Anytime I see Diglett, I think of the anime where it's like Diglett dig, Diglett dig. Okay, we can go behind him. Get that item that's on that rock there. Run into a Krabby. You're looking awfully crabby today. An escape rope. That can come in handy. Alright, let's defeat this Rocket Grunt here. Again, any trainers that I do pass, I can always come back to at a later point to battle, but granted, at this point, if I pass something, it really doesn't matter, because I can always battle Pokemon that are in the tall grass in the wild. I do like to level between episodes, or like you guys, like I did for this episode, between 2 segments, when I catch a bunch of Pokemon. That way I can make it so what you guys watch isn't just me grinding things out for 10-20 minutes. Nobody would want to watch that. You guys want to watch what's good, the battles and me catching the Pokemon, finding really cool ones. So grinding is just such a boring thing to watch, frankly. So, but we are going to make it through this cave real fast, I think. We'll actually have a lot more time than I anticipated. So we will be able to get our first encounter for our next encounter for this next route to end off the episode likely. So, and then next time when we resume, we will take on probably the Nugget Bridge. I always like to take on Nugget Bridge before I face Misty anyway. That way you can get your Pokemon leveled up a little bit more. Granted, we are leveling up exceptionally fast. So maybe I can mix it up this time and maybe just right away face Misty. We'll see what I decide, what I end up wanting to do. Who knows? But yes, normally in FireRed, Leaf Green, Red, Blue, Yellow even, what I like to do is I normally like to face the Nugget Bridge, take care of all that stuff first to get some of my Pokemon leveled up, and then I like to face Misty. Because then I'm leveled up for that Starmie, which is a huge pain in the butt. We are nearly out of this cave, though. We are going to get a fossil from the Fossil Maniac, so... but that doesn't get revived until end of the game once we get to Cinnabar Island. But that will be a good Pokemon to utilize, hopefully. It'll good to keep in the back of our pockets, quite literally. That and we'll get the Amber, which normally would be an Aerodactyl. We will also get that to give to the fossil people. That you get in Pewter after you get cut, which we have. Oh, a Wailord. It's funny because Wailord's supposed to be huge, and then like the sprite, it doesn't look huge at all. And when you consider that, like, if this were realistic, a Wailord in the cave like this wouldn't have fit. But pretty funny. Ooh, a Leaf Stone. That's actually really good to get. Granted, we don't have anything that could use that, but if for some reason we get a Pokemon that could utilize a Leaf Stone, that's going to come in handy. Oh, Wigglytuff. That's tough. Sorry for the dad jokes, everybody. That's just some of my humor sometimes. Alright, so now we're going to encounter Shuckle. Water Gun should be able to take care of it, no problem. See, it's part bug, part rock. Interesting typing, to say the least. Use a Body Slam for the Blastoise. We'll have to use a second one. Just say we have Water Absorb, great ability, very useful. I'm sure it'll come in handy against other water types in this Randomizer Nuzlocke. I really think that Lapras is going to be a mainstay, knock on wood, but it's going to be probably a big contributor to the success of our team. But we do run into a Sableye here, which is pretty cool. I think it would be really crazy to see running into like a shiny Pokemon. Again, it doesn't happen often, especially Gen 3. But in a Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke, the second Nuzlocke I ever did, a Randomizer Nuzlocke that I ever did on YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, we ran into a shiny Sudowoodo, full odds, and I freaked out. I mean, it wasn't like at first, because it took a second to process. It wasn't like an immediate like oh my god. It was more of like a what? Like, is this happening? For real? And it was full odds, and I ended up catching it. Thank goodness. It was using what was it? It was using Recover quite often. So because I was just starting off, I ended up cutting the recording, needing to walk away for a sec because I didn't know what to do. Because I was like, there's a full odds shiny Sudowoodo, and I only had so many Pokeballs. I think I had like 15 Pokeballs. Thankfully, I was able to catch it in like 10 Pokeballs, but it was so rough. It was so hard to process and to take care of without like really losing my mind. But we did it, and I ended up catching it, and it didn't last too long in the playthrough, unfortunately. But it was still really cool. So. And oddly enough, months later in Pokemon Go, my fiance ended up finding a shiny a shiny Bonsly, and I ended up evolving the Bonsly, and then I nicknamed it Cherry, which is what I nicknamed it in the playthrough. But Miracle Seed, yeah, Sudowoodo wasn't one of those Pokemon that I really cared about, but I gotta say now, I love it. That's the one great thing about these Randomizer Nuzlocks or Nuzlocke in general, is you really learn to appreciate more Pokemon that you might not have ever used before. For instance, sit on my lap. I mean, I liked Lapras before. Now it's even more awesome to actually start with one. got a Typhlosion. Oh, should have used Water Gun, but that shouldn't matter anyway. Still took it out one hit. Yeah, so Cinnamon is definitely going to need to take a step in the backseat for a little bit while some other Pokemon gain some XP. Alright, so now this guy's letting us pick a fossil, so we will do that. Alright. Ralts is going to evolve shortly. We're just going to go with the Helix fossil. I normally go for the Dome fossil because I like Kabuto over Ammonite, but because this is a randomizer, what's it going to do, you know? We do have teleport on this Ralts though, which is really cool. Could come in handy if we're trying to like breeze through stuff, or if we're really in a pickle in a bind. Just teleport out of there. These guys teach us kick moves, but we can't use move tutors. So just kidding. Say there should be an item here. A PP Max. Okay, that's okay. That's not bad. Another item. Spikes. Although a great move, can't use TMs. All right. Well, now we're in Cerulean, which is around where it's going to queue us to part for today to end. But what I am going to do is I'm going to heal up our Pokemon, and we are going to get our last encounter before we end the episode off. Again, might challenge the gym first thing next time, or I might end up going on Nugget Bridge, like I had said. Regardless, though, we are going to finish up today catching a Pokemon. So thankfully, we do have Sing on Cotton Swab. We also have Astonish, not that that really is useful, can make him flinch, but definitely going to be our best bet for weakening, catching a Pokemon, obviously to weaken it and whatnot. And here we go, what do we get? Yo, am I about, no way. Oh my god, okay, don't freak out now. Anything can happen at this point. We don't know. But if I can actually get a Charmander for this walkthrough. Oh my goodness. Although we gotta remember though, catch rate's low. Catch rate is very low. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do now. Lapras has Sing. So, because Ember is not going to be as effective against Lapras since it's part water type, we're going to just use Sing, keep putting it to sleep until we catch it. And I already have the perfect nickname for this Charmander as long as we catch it. I should have grabbed more Pokeballs. What is wrong with me? Okay, we caught it anyway. Perfect. I can't believe that happened. I know that you're supposed to use Pokemon you wouldn't normally use for these, but the fact that we ran into a Charmander, Charizard's one of my favorite Pokemon, next to Greninja and Sceptile. This is awesome, and what I typically tend to nickname female female dragons. Well, not even that. When I caught shiny. Daenerys, Game of Thrones. So yes, when I got my shiny Charmander in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, we ended up catching a shiny Charmander, which ended up evolving into a Charizard, obviously, and we named it Daenerys. And I also gave that same nickname to a shiny Dragapult when I got a shiny, well, Dreepy when I hatched it in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But that was more or less a spoiler reference that I can't say if people want to watch Game of Thrones. But if you guys are watching and you understand the reference, let me know in the comments below, I guess. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's good. That's gonna do it. So to end off, we've got a pretty stacked team, I've got to say. Again, we've got a whole lot more to go, and it's gonna be interesting when we continue on next time. What I'll probably do is I might get rid of Epona for now in favor for Daenerys, unfortunately. But again, sometimes that's what happens, I guess. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. If you are playing this game, enjoy it. Please stay tuned for other content that I have coming, or if you want to check out what I currently have, I've got plenty of different series of videos from other walkthroughs, including Pokemon Sword and Shield, or one of my other Randomizer Nuzlocks for Pokemon Crystal, or Smash speculation videos, theory videos, all that's on there too. So, guys, thank you again for being here, and as always, happy gaming!